directors. So they will act like consultants,
Yes.
and then they are given a fee.
Yes.
And that fee is what we now use, to fund the party instead of, engaging open. So he gave me the names of Fashawe, Andy Uba, and the late this guy, from Borno State, who died in that plane crash. Trying to the three of them.
Okay, sir.
So I now incorporated companies and I put them in subscribers.
Yes.
And one of the companies was Marine Floats.
Yes, sir.
So when this governor sent a donation to the party, now he sent it to Marine Floats. So it was paid into Marine Floats.
Yes, sir.
That account was very well investigated by EFCC to see whether, there was any vision. They found out that there was nothing.
Yes, sir.
So that was where the 100 million went to. It did not go to Atiku Abubakar. It went to Marine Float. And Marine Float was an SPV, special purpose vehicle, created, as a consulting company. So
okay, sir.
That was the way I handled it.
Okay, sir.
Yes. So that was what I really tried to explain to you. No money was given to Atiku Abubakar.
Well, gentlemen, that is the summary of it. It went on and on, but that is the meat of it. And I'm sure you got the meat of the gist. This has been in the public domain, and I'm sure you have also listened to it and saw it, including the emails that preceded the call. There were other two companies that he did not mention, but he mentioned Marine Float, by which they were siphoning money from the public coffers. Now, gentlemen, possible infractions of the law. From the oral account of the whistleblower, the voice notes, and all other supporting documents, these are the possible infractions of the law Atiku Abubakar has committed, and we urge his prosecution along these areas. 1, he has committed possibly offenses against the Code of Conduct for Public Offices. Check sections 5, 10, 13, and Code of Conduct Bureau and Tribunal Act, which states as follows. 5 says, a public officer shall not put himself in a position where his personal interest conflicts with his duties and responsibilities. 10 says, a public officer shall not ask for for persons who are with government of the said subsection 1 of this section unless the contrary is proved. 13, a public officer shall not do or direct to be done in abuse of his office any act prejudicial to the rights of any other person, knowing that such act is unlawful or contrary to any government policy. Section 17, a public officer who does any act prohibited by this act through a nominee, listen very carefully, through a nominee, trustee, or other agent shall be deemed ipso facto to have committed a breach of this act. Now, there are also offenses against the Money Laundering Act, money laundering law here. Section 18 of the Money Laundering Prevention and Prohibition Act 2022 states as follows. Any person, subsection 2, any person or body corporate in or outside Nigeria who directly or indirectly, A, conceals or disguises the origin of, That's the concealment through marine floats. Or converts or transfers, removes from the jurisdiction, or acquires, uses, retains, or takes possession or control of any fund or property intentionally, knowingly, or reasonably ought to have known that such fund or property is or forms part of the proceeds of an unlawful act, commits an offense of money laundering under this act. 3, there's also the possibility of offense of criminal breach of trust. Section 311 of the Penal Code reads thus: whoever being in any manner entrusted with property or with any dominion over property dishonestly misappropriates or converts to his own use that property, or dishonestly uses or disposes of that property in violation of any direction of law prescribing the mode in which such trust is to be discharged, or made, which he has made touching the discharge of such trust, or willfully suffers any other person to so do, commits criminal breach of trust. Now, there's also possibly the offense of conspiracy. Section 96(1) of the Penal Code of Nigeria states as follows: when 2 or more persons agree to do or cause to be done A, an illegal act, or B, an act which is not legal by an act which is not illegal by illegal means, such agreement is called a criminal conspiracy. Now, we want to make the point that Atiku does not enjoy immunity simply because he is a presidential candidate. And we're saying this because we understand that the law enforcement agencies may be reluctant to act simply because of the perception or persecution of a presidential candidate that this may evoke. However, facts are sacred. The facts so far presented to the world clearly indicate that Abubakar has a case to answer. He has an explanation to make. In other climes, when such serious allegations arose, in the middle of campaigns, the law enforcement agencies acted decisively. You may recall that in 2016, in the middle of campaigns for the exalted office of the Presidency of the United States, the of private emails against Hillary Clinton when she was Secretary of State. In fact, the case was referred to the Justice for likely prosecution few weeks to actual voting. Though she was later cleared, it has restated that a sane and dispassionate system never allowed such side talks to dissuade, to distract them from initiating the process of investigation. That is all we are asking for. It is the minimum expected of in a constitutional democracy. That is what we call authorities to do in the case of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. He has to be arrested, to be invited. He's not God. He's not. He doesn't enjoy immunity because he's a candidate. He must be invited. Now, we also made the point that all monies should be recovered from the marine float account. They should go back, whoever took money from there. The issue of the marine float account is not new to Nigerians. In the voice note, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar can be heard boasting that the issue of that account was thoroughly investigated by the FCC, yet he was smart enough to escape. However, we note that in 2006, at the height of public quarrel between Obasanjo over the sharing of money, the same PDP, and I'm sure you all have seen it, the same PDP officially asked Atiku to recover 100 million naira that he took from that account. It's official. Not we saying it. PDP at that time officially told Atiku Abubakar to refund 500 million naira he took from that same account. So these are not just stories made up. In the circumstance, the nation now knows that the marine float account and other similar accounts were big accounts. It follows that all payments made into the account were more call on all agencies to recover all monies withdrawn from that account by anyone. What is now clear to Nigerian people is that President Obasanjo and Atiku ran that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu was toiling hard, very hard, beautifully and meticulously laying the foundation to rebuild Lagos. 2 criminals were stealing money in Abuja at that same time. Now, following these revelations, it becomes clear that Atiku Abubakar has absolutely nothing to campaign on again, as the period of 1999 to 2007 that he always relies on can now be described to by Nigerians as the SPV years, when they ran Nigeria aground. So anytime they come on air again and say, you know what, between 1999, you mean the SPV years? That's what you tell them. You mean the special purpose years. That while President Obasanjo and Atiku deprived the good people of Lagos State their local government monthly allocations, even after this disagreement over monies they both stole in the SPV accounts at that time. We also call for the protection of the whistleblower. When President Muhammad Buhari came to office, one significant policy he adopted was that of whistleblowing. You are all witnesses to the fact that that policy has recorded tremendous success with the recovery of millions of dollars from various hidden sources. One was the famous Ikoyi apartment heist. These recoveries have been used by the Buhari administration to fund our budgets and build infrastructure we see springing up everywhere in the country today. We also recall that recently the Federal Executive Council approved a bill to be forwarded to the National Assembly for legal backing to the policy and legal protection for the whistleblower. I made tremendous contribution that day when that bill came to the Federal Executive Council for it to be forwarded to the National Assembly. And we have approved it, a bill to protect whistleblowers. In the light of the above, we call on all well-meaning Nigerians and the law enforcement agencies to protect the whistleblower, Mr. Michael Achimugu, who has blown this whistle on Atiku Abubakar. No harm must befall him or members of his family. We suspect that some goons of Atiku Abubakar are planning to eliminate him and members of his family. In fact, my big brother, FFK, actually hinted me about something like that yesterday. We shall hold Atiku Abubakar responsible if anything befalls this patriotic Nigerian or members of his family. We also encourage him to reveal to Nigerians, or members, to reveal to Nigerians those earth-shaking revelations he is withholding for the sake of this nation and the future of our children. We know that he said he's not going to reveal so many things. This is just what is important for the campaign. But please, we're begging him, reveal all. Nigerians deserve to know who wants to occupy that office of president. Now, we made the point of conspiratorial silence. We said so far we are disillusioned, but we are not surprised at the conspiratorial silence of a section of the media over this grave issue of national importance. Even after seeing court processes in form of a sworn affidavit, we observe an embarrassing silence yet from a section of the media. We have consistently made our case against the unethical and partisan antics of some media houses, and this development vindicates us. When it was the case of the spurious and dead case of drug dealing leveled against our candidate, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, this media platform threw caution to the winds and zealously feasted on it. Of course, we gallantly came out. We didn't hide. We came out and vigorously disproved all the tissues of lies against our candidates. All of us here. We hiding, all of them. They can't face the cameras. Because, why? Because they're even scared of what the young man is holding. Because the young man warned them that if you talk, earth-shaking revelations will begin to drop. So they ran away. Even the garrulous ones ran away. They should come out like us now. Come out and defend their principle. They don't know who they are campaigning for. They don't. They don't know. This person was actually closer to him than all of them. And that's what he told them. You saw pictures of him in Atiku's bedroom in Dubai. You saw pictures of him everywhere with Atiku. They don't even know that they are not closer to him than him. So, but now, the press has gone strangely quiet. Well, whether they keep quiet or not, it's our firm belief that the judiciary is the last hope of the hopeless. In this case, the judiciary will not be quiet. It is there. It happened to Nixon too. If you've forgotten, Nixon in the United States, unethical practice as president, this as candidate. Our code of conduct says once you breach the code of conduct, use companies and people to take, you are banned from public office. So I don't know whether the PCC will approve court actions, but me, knowing me and my trajectory for the last 30 years in this country, I have fought principalities using the instrumentality of the law. I've gone to prison for it. They have charged me to court. I have written a letter this morning, apart from this, to the law enforcement agencies. The PCC, if they don't approve me, if Asiwaju say I should stop campaigning for him because of this, I will stop. This is national interest. If you say drop from cabinet because of this, I will drop. This is national interest. I am going to court myself. Apart from the PCC decision on this, I have written to them, and the letters are there, distribute to all of them. 3 law enforcement, they are giving them an ultimatum. I will proceed to court to ask for disqualification of Atiku Abubakar. He is not fit to run for the highest office of the land. He is clearly ethically challenged, morally damaged for the highest office of the land. He can't survive this. He can't. We call on the 4th estate of the Rim to resist the temptation of partisan recruitment at this moment. You know partisan recruitment. They will go around with envelope now. Gentlemen, it is your treasury we are talking about. This is damaging. It is the nation we are talking about, not brown envelope. It's beyond brown envelope. This is highest criminality that they practice at the highest office, highest level from this candidate that serially abused his office as Vice President of Nigeria. Thank you, and God bless you. Signed, all the media directorates.
Please, gentlemen, you have had it all. I assume that everyone has a copy of this. Not all of you.
Are you sharing that now?
Okay.
To the president.
You will get copies before you leave here.
So I did 50.
Yes.
I did 50. So we can do more photocopies.
Yes. So, gentlemen, having heard from Honorable Festus Keyamo that we all jointly signed, so it bears the stamp of authority, and it carries the weight of the entire campaign council media directorates. So, gentlemen, we want to give you the honor of asking questions, if there are any, or wanting us to throw light on any issues that may, be a little dark to you. So, if anybody has any issues to raise with us, yes, please. You introduce yourself very briefly. We need to know you, your medium, and then you shoot straight. And please, this is not for commentaries. It's for questions, straight. Yes, please. Mike. But we can hear you now.
My name is Felix on the one.
Right.
And I write for Reuters. I write for Reuters 1. I have a copy of the speech and the attached evidence.
Yeah.
Which you said is from the whistleblower. What I want to know, do you have an independent evidence?
Streaming of your favorite programs delivered directly to you. Watch anytime from anywhere on your mobile or smart devices. Download the TVC News app today. Available on Google Play and Apple Store.
In the month of January 2023, the 4th of January is dedicated to World Braille Day to celebrate the inventor Louis Braille. On 6th January, it will be 2 years when U.S. Capitol was attacked by the then President Donald Trump supporters. On 8th January 2020, Ukraine International Airline Flight 752 was shut down shortly after takeoff. 15th January is the Armed Forces Remembrance Day, which marks the end of the Civil War in 1970. 24th January is International Education Day. On 27th January, it will be a cantonment blast occurred. 29th January is World Leprosy Day, observed to create awareness on the disease. Stay tuned to TVC News as we serve you with reports and analyses on these notable events.
It's the most visited state in Africa. As the fifth largest economy on the continent, covering Lagos and its government is no mean feat. It's a busy beat. We go beyond the cutting of tapes to traveling far into the deep.
I want to thank the Lagos State government for the healthcare facility.
To bring stories that cut across all spectrums.
A greater Lagos shall be ours.
Stories that define our collective well-being as Lagosians. I'm Adedoja Salamadini. I live in Lagos, inside Lagos.
We don't suffer for this Lagos. See the hotel where I lodge for Island.
This was alleged to have happened in Lagos sometime